Hello everyone. We watched an exciting match. That was the first Test match of Ashes. It was really very remarkable game. A game in which uh, you know tide was turning. Some for one session it seems that England has upper hand. Another session or in second session or on another day it seems Australia has upper hand. So it was very remarkable, very great test match. I hope you guys have watched it, not only England and Australian supporters, but I hope everyone throughout the world would have watched it. It was really very amazing match. In the end, Australia, whose tailenders, they struggled in first inning. They kept their calm, and because of few goof ups from England, they were able to win it by 2 wickets. So yeah, as the thing stands, it's Australia 1, England 0 in the 5 Test series in Ashes. So we are going to discuss today exactly what were the three major reasons why England lost first Test match, and whether there's a what England can do, what they can change for the second Test match in Lords. So we will discuss about it. But once again, humble request: if you are a new person who has visited my channel, if you are watching this video, please subscribe to my channel, like this video, give me your valuable comments, your feedback, what you think, whether what I'm saying in this video makes sense or not, whether you agree with it or not. You can watch my previous videos as well, and you can help me with your valuable feedback. Thank you very much. Great. So, in my view, there are three main major reasons why England lost. The first major reason was reckless batting and overindulgence of Bazball by English batsmen. Second was disappointing fielding, especially the catching efforts. And the third reason was injury to Moeen Ali and some questionable team selection. So we are going to discuss these 3 points in details. First was overindulgence in Bazball and reckless betting. So let me tell you all the three reasons which I just mentioned. All three reasons are related to Bazball. Because of the Bazball, all those three things happened. So see, there's nothing wrong with Bazball. It's a new way to play cricket, play aggressive cricket, play aggressively even in test matches. There's no rule that you need to play with 3 or 4 run alternate of 3 or 4 in test match. You can play with 4 or 5 as well. However, overindulgence and try to be over aggressive can definitely cause a downfall. The same thing happened if you talk about a first inning. England won a crucial toss, and they got a beauty paradise in Edgbaston. There was nothing in for the bowlers, and English batsmen, they capitalized. They scored very freely. However, they you know in order to be more aggressive, they just threw their wicket. Talking about Johnny Bairstow, he was playing so beautifully. He was very close to his century, and what he did, he stepped out without even thinking, without even seeing the bounce of the ball, what is the line of the ball. He, just like a tailender, he sorry, stepped out, and he was stumped. The same thing happened with Moeen Ali. On the contrary, if you look at Joe Root, he was also playing aggressively. In fact, some of his shots were really, unbelievable, especially the scoop, few scoops which he played. But he never played shots in which he can lose his wicket. Okay, he played smart, he played safe, and that's the reason he was able to score that century. Um, if even one of them, whether Moeen Ali or Bairstow, were there for, let's suppose, 5-10 overs more with Joe Root, I'm sure the score would have been at least 50-60 runs more in the first inning. Definitely, that declaration in first inning was also a big reason, but like new ball was due, and only tail was there. Although Australia, they struggled to even take wickets of tailenders. So yeah, you can say that even for 30-40 runs, England were not able to score because of that declaration. So definitely, this is a very important thing which England needs to work upon. Ben Stokes, their coach Brendan McCullum, they have said this in the past that see, basketball does not mean to play recklessly; it means to play aggressively. So I'm sure Ben Stokes and the batsmen, they will think about it. I don't think so. They are going to play safe. They will definitely play aggressive, but they should not be over aggressive or reckless in their shot making. They should play just like Joe Root played for in the second Test match. Uh, the second reason was fielding efforts. We saw there were 3 or 4 catches which were dropped by England in the first inning, and it was surprising because there was no help for the bowlers, but still bowlers, they were putting their efforts. They were getting like Moeen Ali, he was getting turn from the pitch. Bowlers were making ball talk, using variations, but there were 3 or 4 catches, one stumping that Bairstow was not able to do for Cameron Green in the first inning. Um, if those catches and if those stumping were done, if England were able to capitalize on it, they were able to get them done. Trust me, the seven England would have taken at least 50 to 60 runs lead, rather than just 7 runs lead which they got. So again, it due to Bazball, England are playing Bairstow. In fact, I mean Bairstow will play even in the normal, even if they are not playing aggressively. But because of the Bazball, they are not playing their best keeper, who is Ben Foakes. He is really very safe behind the stump. But because of aggressive batting, they are not playing Ben Foakes, and that is really impacting the keeping. Again, that is something which England have to think, because you know in this test match, both Labuschagne and Steve Smith, they simply gifted their wicket. They played some very silly shot and got out, but they are not going to do same thing in other test matches. So they have to, England have to grab whatever catches, whatever chances they are getting, because Australia has a quality batting lineup. Players like Smith, Khawaja, Travis Head, Labuschagne, they are very quality players, and they are not going to do with the same mistake in second, or in the future test matches. So they have to really buck up. They have to work on their fielding and catching as well. Um, the third reason is injury to Moeen Ali, and of course some questionable team selection. Again, because of Bazball, England asked Moeen Ali to come out of the Test retirement because they wanted an aggressive batsman. And to be very frank, Moeen Ali is not a bad option as a spinner. We have seen several matches in past where he took a lot of wickets with his spin. He's a pretty good handy spinner, um, but because he was playing a test match from after 3 or 4 years, and his injury, the same finger injury which has troubled him in the past as well, it reoccurred. So England were not able to utilize Moeen Ali, especially in the second inning. They would have loved to have Moeen Ali bowling, but that could not happen. Now, second Test match in Lords is going to start from 28th June, and I don't think so. They're going to make any changes. If Moeen Ali is fit, he's going to play as the spinner. Um, so yeah, this was another reason why England lost. There was some questionable team selection and some questionable decision by Ben Stokes, especially when Australia was over tottering, and they needed around 54 runs to win, and they had only 2 wickets. So at that time, Ben Stokes should have taken the new ball. The new ball was due, but he kept on bowling Joe Root with the old ball. With due respect to Joe Root, he's a fantastic bowler and a fantastic world class batsman, but he is a part timer, and job of a part time spinner is to break a partnership. Joe Root did that. He took Alex Carey's wicket, and that was the time when Ben Stokes should have brought his seamers with new ball, and they could have maybe taken the wicket, but because he persisted with Joe Root, so Joe Root was smoked for a couple of sixes and 1 4 in 1 over, and the chase, they were chasing around. They needed around 50 odd runs. That changed to around 35-36 runs when he took the new ball. Again, after Ben Stokes took the new ball, he has not given that to James Anderson. Another questionable decision. We all know that how effective James Anderson is with the new ball. So yeah, the way Ben Stokes captain do the captaincy, he is not going to be affected, and he will do the same kind of captaincy even in other test matches. But these are finer points where he can work upon. Similarly, if we talk about the team, team selection, so both the teams, they dropped a very potent weapon from their arsenal. Australia dropped Mitchell Starc, and England dropped Mark Wood. And it was not surprising that both the teams struggled to clean a tail of opposition. So Australia struggled in both the innings to clean the tail, because they don't have any bowler who can clean the tail. Mitchell Starc is pretty effective in that. Similarly, if Mark Wood was there with his pace and his bounce, I'm sure he would have taken tail-enders wickets, and England would have won. Again, as far as Mark Wood playing next Test match is concerned, again, he may not. Definitely, James Anderson and Stuart Broad will play Lord's Test match, as we all know that Lord's helps Simmers a lot. Maybe they might replace Ollie Robinson, but again, it's not that easy decision, because Ollie Robinson was pretty effective, and he performed decently with bat as well. So yeah, these were the three reasons why England lost. To be very frank, Australia was, I would not say that Australia were dominating in the test match. In fact, for most of the time, it was England who had the upper hand, but because of their these mistakes, they end up losing. I'm sure for second test match, Australia will rectify their mistakes as well. For example, their middle order, they struggled. I mean, it was shocking that both Labuschagne and Smith, they were not able to score runs in both the innings. For Labuschagne, it's two test matches in succession. He failed against India as well in WTC final. Similarly, David Warner, his days are, he has, in my view, he has been given enough chances. Now they should replace him, because he's really struggling. Scoring 35 odd run, 18, 20, 25 runs is not something Australia is expecting from their opener. So they will think about it. They might bring Mitchell Starc as well, and may ask Hazelwood, may drop Hazelwood, because he was less effective. I doubt that they are going to drop Bordland, but let's see what happens in Lords. So thank you very much for watching my video. Once again, please subscribe to my channel, give me my feedback, and have a great day.